This show is sponsored by Audible. Fans of It Matters can get a 30-day free trial of Audible Premium Plus. Stay tuned for details. Hello, and welcome to It Matters How We Treat One Another, the social science show. I'm your host, Matthew David Vasco. If you've subscribed to this show on YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform, then thank you. We are grateful for each and every one of our subscribers. We are also thankful for our patrons on Patreon. Your support helps to make this episode possible. My guest this episode is the founder of the Choose Love Not Hate movement, Lisa Christy. Lisa is a clean comedian, author, and a highly inspirational speaker who is taking to the streets to challenge everyone she meets to choose love, not hate. You're going to love this interview. But first, our inspiring news. If inspiring things are happening in your neck of the woods, then please send us a direct message on one of our social media accounts and let us know. You can find us by our show name on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Blue Sky. This episode's inspiring news comes from a few news sources, including ABC News. I'm recording this on November 20th, 2025. November 20th each year marks Transgender Day of Remembrance, when we pause to honor our transgender siblings who've lost their lives due to anti-transgender violence. In observance of Transgender Day of Remembrance, I want to share some positive news regarding the well-being of trans people. First, I often like to make people aware that when I was in college studying psychology in the early 1990s, gender-affirming care was already the norm in the psychiatric field. And that change happened to gender affirming care in the 1970s. So this is not new. Gender affirming care has been the norm for a long time now. Now, here's a quote from ABC News from just now today. Quote, "Gender affirming care is supported by multiple major medical organizations, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, the American Psychological Association, and the Endocrine Society. Studies have shown that many of the treatment options are generally safe and that care can have a positive impact on mental health, which psychotherapy alone cannot provide," experts said. End quote. And I will conclude this news segment with a hopeful news piece from Mental Health America. Quote, "The Trevor Project's new poll illustrates high support among parents for transgender and non-binary youth. For example, the poll found that 69% of adults would honor their child's chosen name and pronouns if they were to come out as transgender or non-binary." End quote. That is a vast majority of parents. Inspiring news indeed. Again, if you know of inspiring things happening in your area, then please DM us on our socials and let us know. Thanks. Up next is our feature segment. But first, this show is sponsored by Audible. You probably already know that Audible is an outstanding source for audiobooks. But did you know that Audible is also an amazing resource for guided wellness? It's true. And fans of our show can get a free month of Audible Premium Plus just by clicking the link in our episode description or by visiting the podcast page at matthewvasco.com. Again, that's a free month of Audible Premium Plus by clicking the link in our episode description or by visiting matthewvasco.com and clicking podcast. And now our feature segment. My guest today is Lisa Christy. Lisa is the founder of Choose Love, Not Hate, a faith-based kindness movement that's catching fire across Georgia and beyond. A clean comedian, author, and three-time survivor, Lisa uses her story-filled humor to remind people that love is louder, kindness is contagious, and purpose often shows up in unexpected places, like her garage, where God told her to start all of this. Through her speaking, writing, and daily acts of simple compassion, she's showing communities that it truly matters how we treat each other. Welcome, Lisa.
Hey, Matt, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm excited about this podcast. I'm ready to get going. I'm just the woman that God spoke to in the middle of my garage, told me to buy this domain and to show his love throughout, the world. I'm trying to harvest hope and love and hug on necks and love people just through stickers, baby Jesus's signs, and I just want people to know that if they ever feel like, that they are not worthy of this, trust me, I can relate. He calls the unqualified, and I'm there. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just loving on people and hoping people feel it. So,
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to
yes,
just
sir.
dive in and learn as you go.
Yes, and he showed, he puts words in my mouth. Thank God.
There you go. Your bio mentions that you're a three-time survivor. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, I am writing a book. It'll be in there, but I have died three times. Once when I was little, I was two or three. I drowned. I just remember the peace that was there. Uh, when I was about six, I had a heat stroke at Vacation Bible School, of all places. And when I was 16, I was in a major car accident where I was allergic to the anesthesia. This is how God works. I was allergic to the anesthesia. And when I had when I was in the operating room for 10 hours, um, the doctor just so happened to have gone to a convention 2 weeks before the operation and noticed that I was allergic to the anesthesia and took the measures to save me from that. And so he said I had hypothermia, and I just kind of remember waking up. I I keep seeing a bathtub full of ice. Um, but then they put me on this cold mattress after that to keep my temperature down and everything. But I do remember floating above my body and seeing me laying down there. And when I tell my mother the story about all this, she says, Lisa, don't tell people that. They'll think you're crazy. And my husband will tell you that I am crazy. But he says he's not going to get in between me and God. So I have to put that out there that I'm a three-time survivor because God kept me on this earth for a reason. And so I'm here and I'm just trying to spread the love. So yeah, that's that, you know, I diminish the three-time survivor just because I can look back and it was my past, but that's a big deal. I mean, if that's a big deal. God kept me alive three times. So, um, so yeah, that's the part about that.
I see. Wow, that's really something. And you are definitely here for a reason. And your
Thank you.
message is
I
very, very strong, very
totally
powerful.
thank you.
In your bio and on your website, chooselovenot hate.com, it says that you were watching the news and God spoke to you. I think you've even touched on it a little bit in our interview here. It seems like maybe you had a sort of revelation. Can you tell us about that experience?
About it's been about 3 or 4 months now. I was sitting in my messy garage in between the lawnmower and the Christmas decorations, and I was watching the news. And I usually pass by the news because it's all depressing. It's all usually bad. And something happened in another country. Um, it was I think it was another bombing in another country, and some children were killed. And I just sat there and bawled. Um, it usually doesn't affect me that way, but I just bawled. And in that moment, God tapped me on the shoulder and he whispered to me, he said, I want you to write your book. He said, I want you to do your comedy ministry, and I want you to buy the domain chooselovenot hate.com. And I kind of was like, oh, really? Okay. Well, then when I went on the internet and chooselovenot hate.com was available, I thought, okay, this is for real. And, you know, we all, when God whispers to us, um, I don't want to cry. When God whispers to us, um, it's powerful, and but it can make you think you're crazy. And but after I bought the domain and I've seen the reactions from people uh, with the outpouring love from them to me when I explain the heart behind the mission, I know it's for real. And he gives me he's showing me my steps I should take. And I firmly believe there's too many coincidences that happen that can't possibly be coincidences. So it definitely it's not a revelation, it's a movement, it's a mission. I'm on it. So yeah, he spoke to me, and I'm in the midst of it.
Wonderful, wonderful,
And now I'm
powerful
crying.
stuff. Um, how do people generally react to your campaign to
You
have us
know,
choose love over hate? Are they pretty positive about it, or do they try to challenge you?
you know, I get about a 98%. Um, I get about 98% of the people that are okay with it because the love is generally craving love. I mean, the world is generally craving love. Now, there might be 2% that just doubt me because they probably think I'm trying to sell a timeshare or something. But I'm not selling anything. I'm just out there giving out love. I'm telling you, I have over the the way people treat me. I know this is right. I got to tell you a story that happened in Bucky's about 2 months ago. Um, I was having a bad day, and I decided to get dressed and go to Bucky's, which is literally like an hour and a half from my house. Don't ask me why I went to Bucky's, wanted to go to Bucky's. It had to be all God. And I went into Bucky's, and I have these stickers. Here's a stick. Here's a sticker. It says choose love, not hate. And it says it costs nothing to be kind. It's just a sticker.
Uh,
To me, it's just a sticker. Well, I went around Bucky's and I am just handing out stickers, telling people that I'm just passing out a little love. And people are taking them from me. And this guy that I had seen like 30 minutes before comes running me down. And I'm thinking, oh, I have a stalker maybe. But he tells me, he says, ma'am, did you see that lady I was with? And I said, yes, sir. He said, well, that's my girlfriend. And she was just diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease. And they just told her, this is going to make me cry. Uh, they just told her that she has 2 to 5 years left to live. And he said, your sticker meant everything to us.
mm,
This sticker meant everything to him. I am in the middle of Bucky's. I'm bawling. He's bawling. And I looked at him and I said, I think you're the reason why I was supposed to come down here. And he said, me too. So it's stuff like that that makes me continue to do this because people need this. People are craving love. The world is trying to be so divided. And I think that we need to be reminded that we're all here for a purpose and we can love on each other and be kind to each other. And it's not hard because, this is just a sticker to me, but to other people, it's a lifeline. And I need people to know that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What is the 7-day kindness challenge?
Okay, my 7-day kindness challenge. Let me get my it is just generally a simple way to share kindness with others. It's a structure, it's something simple every day for 7 days that you can do. It's all free that you can do, with the exception of I think number 2 is a small surprise. Like the first one is speak life, text or call, say something encouraging. The number 2 is a small, do a small surprise, like hold the door, pay for someone's coffee, or leave a kind note. That can be even free. You can write a kind note to a person in the car beside you. I have seen on the nice little interwebs, people that write notes to their people that see their moms that are struggling with their kids, just saying, you know what, you're a great mom. You're doing a good job. Number 3 is gratitude day. Thank someone that rarely gets thanked. You know, when I was in college, my roommate, I wasn't here at that time. At that time, and when we would leave a fast food restaurant, she would say thank you so much, just to the lady that was in the window, and I would look at her and go, "Why do you do that?" And she said, "Because Lisa, what's wrong with it?" And it hit me in the moment. It's you can learn from everybody. Like I said, God talks to me through other people. But I learned at that moment that I needed to be a little bit kinder. um 4 is listen first. Take time to really listen to someone without interrupting. God gave us 2 ears and one mouth for a reason. He wants us to listen more and talk a little bit less. you know it just makes it's important to make other people feel like they're seen and they're heard.
Yeah.
And you know, all you're doing is listening. That's free. Number 5, share joy. Give a compliment that's specific and genuine. I have taught my child, my youngest, this. I was in sales for 25 years, and part of a sales tactic is to you are genuinely interested in something that they're interested in. Well, I've gotten to where, you know what, when people get dressed in the morning, they make conscious decisions about what they put on, their shoes, their hair, their jewelry. And if something catches my eye, that they have on a shirt, pair of shoes, I will go, I love those shoes you have on. And it makes that person, what they put on that morning was a good decision, and it makes them feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. That is so easy to do, and it's free. Number 6, serve quietly. Do an act of kindness without telling anyone, just because. Um, because it's so easy to be nice to people, to me. Number 7, I put on there is choose love. Post something positive, a story or a picture online using hashtag choose love, not hate, to inspire. Oh, hello. To inspire others. Um, you know, I want kindness to be contagious. And when people tell good stories, it begets other people telling good stories. We always find out in life when people are in a bad mood, and you go down to their level of being in a bad mood. Oh, I'm in a bad mood, and they're in a bad mood. Well, it brings other people in a bad mood. Why do that? Why do that? Let's just make kindness contagious, to where all we do is tell about the great things in our life. the good things that God has done for us. I'm going to try cry again. And it'll make it'll make it the only word that keeps coming to mind is contagious.
Yeah.
You know, this little act is this little kindness movement is catching fire just because people feel it. And because of the stories I tell about the people that I meet and the hugs that I get, I just want people to feel like I feel. I just think, and it's so easy. So
Yeah.
that's my spiel.
Well, there is evidence that shows that being kind helps people feel themselves, the person being kind, feel better.
Yes,
Yes, it
and
can be uplifting.
I feel kind of selfish. When I give out uh, um, a baby Jesus or just a sticker, and they're nice to me, I feel like I'm being self because sometimes I think I might get more out of it than they do. But it's okay. It's okay to feel good. It's okay. It's okay to be me. And, I just want people to be okay with them being themselves. Um, so it's okay and I've had to learn that, growing up the black sheep of my family. Um, I was, the things I did were wrong and bad but it's okay to be me, and it's okay to love me. And I want God to see my light, his light in me. And, you know, it's okay to do good things. So, and trust if people start being more kind to each other, they'll feel like me. They'll
Yeah,
feel like you. They'll want to do this. They'll want to put signs in their yard. They'll want to pass out stickers. I just want people to feel what we feel.
there you go. Your website mentions kindness ambassadors. How can a person become a kindness ambassador and what's involved in that?
Okay. A kindness ambassador, they are the doers. Um, we are, you and I are only one person between the two, and we need more hands and feet of Jesus. We need more people that spread the light. Um, I in my kindness packet that I have a kindness pledge that I send out to people. All they have to do is really email me at the choose love not hate at iCloud.com. That's on my website, choose love not hate.com. And I'll send them a kit. But it has a kindness pledge in there, and the pledge goes: I choose love, I choose kindness, I will speak life, lead with grace, and be a light in dark places. I will stand for truth, but always with love, and I believe small acts of kindness can change the world, starting with me. And it gives them a place to sign and date it. And you know what, all that does is they're signing their name to a document, and it just gives them a remembrance that they did that. And I send them a kindness pledge. I send them my kindness kits. My kindness kits are these that I give out to everyone. They I This is a kindness card, and this is what I want to uh be in schools, churches. I believe that if we get to the littles, well, and
Mm-hmm.
teach them kindness while they're little, maybe they won't go grow up and hate or harm people. This is a kindness card that I want to give every child in the world. All it does is it says, I choose love, not hate. I pledge to choose love, speak life, and live with kindness. It gives them a place to put their name, the date, and at the bottom it says, it's not about sides, it's about souls. Choose love, not hate.com. And this week I will show love by, and it has a blank. And they can carry this with them if they need a remembrance to remember to be kind to people. They can keep this. I send them it's just a little business card that choose love, not hate, and it says hate is loud, love is louder. Um, and some of them, it depends. I send my speaker card for my. It's anointed, appointed, and slightly unhinged, clean comedy ministry. and it says comedy with a calling. And then I give them stickers. I give them stickers. I give them just little bitty stickers that show love and hearts and uh, there's a little card in it that has like this says life is like a sunrise, even in the darkest moments there's the promise of a new beginning. It's motivation, it's kindness. If you don't want these stickers, give them to someone. I always tell people I call these little baby Jesuses. Someone pointed out the other day, they said, he grew up, right? These are not baby Jesuses. And I said, well, they're so little. I call them baby Jesuses. And people will go, well, I already have one. And I'm like, great, give it to somebody else. Pass it on. So, you know what? Um, that's what I give all these little kindness kits. I carry them with me everywhere. I give them, I'm telling you, you cannot pass by me without me giving you something.
I love it.
I'm not selling anything. I tell everybody, I set up for Veterans Day and people would get over to me and go, okay, what's this about? What you selling? And I'm like, I'm not selling anything. I'm just giving out little kindness kits
Love it.
to show veterans, we appreciate you. And they're like, wow, because people always expect something. And
Mm.
there's no agenda. There's no agenda. There's just love. For Halloween, we set up trunk or treat in downtown Jackson, and we gave out glow sticks. And I would tell all the little kids to be the light. And when I would wrap them around, with the little bracelets and everything, I'd wrap them around uh, their wrist, and I would go, this is just a reminder for you to be kind to your friends. And then I would do it again, and I'd go, this is a reminder to love your parents. I'd do it again, and I'd go, this is a reminder your parents are always right. No, and I'd get a laugh from the from the
Of
parents.
the parents, right? Yeah.
But I mean, it's all so minuscule but so big. And
Well, I
this is
feel
real.
like you're very brave, and the Kindness Ambassador program is making other people brave too. It's like passing your bravery along.
Well, my mom told me, she said, Lisa, you've got to be careful. She said, there's a lot of people in this world that don't share your vision. And I said, you know what? I'm not scared, Mom. I got God on my side.
Mm.
So, you know what? Bring it on. I just want to spread love. Just,
There you go.
you know, I think that even a hug can change people. I have become, this has changed me. Whew, I'm just going to start crying. This chooselovenothay.com has changed me. Um, and I'm loud. My family will tell you I'm loud too. But it has changed me, and it's a good message, and there's nothing mean behind it, and you can't tell me there's anything mean behind it. And so, I'm just here, and I'm doing what he's telling me to.
You mentioned briefly your Christian comedy ministry. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I am a stand-up comic at heart. I'm a good old. There's a good line. Let me see what line I put on there. I am a Southern, clean, faith, funny filled, storytelling, crazy person. I use humor and laughter to break down the walls, to let truth and love, leak in. You know, I you can get to people if you make them laugh. Laughing is so good for the soul. It is. It's just you can't laugh and be mean at the same time. You just can't. You can't. And so I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. You can't laugh and uh and be mean at the same time. I use that as a tool to break down the walls so that people can hear God through me. I want them to see, I want them to see and feel how I feel. And I want them to know that, I used to think that when I became saved, that being a Christian would take away things. I guess because you know what? Christians, judgmental Christians can be bad for Christianity. but it's not. You know what? Uh, my dad passed away about 3 years ago. And I tell everyone, and it's hard to see when you're in the midst of it, there's a gift in grief. And God gave me my creativity in the grief of me mourning my dad. That's when I started doing stand up. It was a creative outlet for me to heal. And my mother in law said something to me the other day. She said, Lisa, I think that this choose love, not hate is also healing you too. And I do, I think it's healing me too. I was a daddy's girl. I loved my daddy. My dad was great. And after he passed, um, it was hard. And God came and spoke to me, and I started doing stand up. And I realized that laughter was good, not for other people, but for me too. And so I'm just trying to heal the world, heal me, hear my story. So,
Beautiful. You're not the first person that I have heard say there is a gift in grief. You know,
until you're in it, you don't realize it. But
uh,
there's a gift in grief. And I know that people can get so angry about their loved ones passing. But my dad had COPD and emphysema and asthma for years, and he would have to drag that oxygen cord across the living room. And what I wouldn't do to see him whew, drag that cord across the living room again,
mhm.
that would be selfish of me. And I know that my dad's in a better place. and and I think that God gave me that gift to share to people, to know that there is a better place. And you know what? Grief, the sadness changes the longer they're gone. I still speak to my dad. I wonder if he would think I was crazy right now. My daddy was my biggest supporter. I mean, between him and my husband, they're my biggest supporters. But my dad, I think, is one of the few people that understood me. He got me.
Mm.
My mother, my mother's still alive, but she told me about a month ago. She said, Lisa, you can't change the world. And that lit me up. Oh, that lit me up. Because you know what I told her? I said, watch me. And so I have been on a tear to change the world with a sticker, with a baby Jesus, with a sign. Um, so maybe God told my mother to say that to light the fire under me. But I'm on a tear to change the world. And so if it took my mother saying that, more power to her. She denies that now. She denies that. She said, Lisa, I didn't say that. You must have misconstrued me. And I was like, no, I heard you. But I tell people that I will use the rest of my life to prove her wrong. So
Well, you are changing the world in a really beautiful way. And I
thank you,
give
Matt.
you a
I
lot of
appreciate it.
kudos for that.
Uh,
The world
Thank you.
needs the kind of work you're doing, and it needs it right now.
Thank you. I think
Now
so
I'm
too.
getting emotional.
See?
What would you say to someone whose heart is mired in hate? What might you say to them to try to turn them towards love?
you know, I can't change people. Convictions are convictions. You don't have to get rid of your convictions. You just have to change your tone.
Mm.
The world needs to be kinder. I don't care if you're white, black, yellow, purple, Republican, Democrat, gay, straight. It doesn't matter. We are all people. God loves all people. 1 Corinthians 16:14 says, do everything in love. And that means everything. It's not my place to judge. It, it's just my place. He told me to love, and that's all I'm doing. Plain and simple. I can't change people, but God can.
Mm.
And so I think that if we just put out more love, that God can ease the tension. God can change the world. God loves everybody. And so people just need to know that. They don't need to change their convictions. They just need to change their tone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I love everybody. And so, you know what? Once again, it's not my place to judge. It's just my place to love.
I
It's
feel
that
like you and
simple.
I, you and I are kind of like peas in a pod in a way that we're both people. We're
People are
people who like
people.
people.
I love people. I
Yeah.
was in sales for 25 years, and I can talk to a rock. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love people. Part of that's part of the reason why I do what I do with this show and my page and stuff is because I love people so much and I like inspiring people to be their best selves, you know. Isn't that an exciting feeling when you
it
help
is. It's so
encourage someone to
exciting.
be their best self? Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Uh,
So this next question touches on LGBTQ a little bit. Um, I've heard Christians say uh, something to the effect of, I don't hate anyone. And just because I don't agree with someone's lifestyle, it doesn't mean that I hate them. And that makes perfect sense to me. I get that. But at the same time, the LGBTQ plus community, that not being accepted, right, doesn't feel like love either. So is there middle ground there somewhere? What's your perspective on that? How can people hold on to their convictions and still be loving towards people they don't accept?
um, like I said, you can't. People's convictions are convictions, and you can hold on to however you feel. Um, I just think that if we're kind to one another, that maybe the different groups of people could feel the love. Um, I I hate, and I don't like how people are treated when people are treated differently. I don't like that. I think that people are people, and God loves all people, and I don't like when people are treated differently. Um, and like I said, judgmental Christians can be the worst kind. I'm not one of those. People just need to love. Uh, People just need to love. God. I judge no one. God told me to love, and it's that simple. I just think that I just don't like the different groups of people treated differently. Um, and I just wish I could love all of them, hug all of them, you know, whatever, whomever they are. So you can keep your convictions, like I said, just change your tone, and the world will be a better place.
There you go.
You know.
Well said. Yeah. Yeah. That's the key right there. Well, thank you so much. This has been, I feel like, a very powerful interview. You're doing highly meaningful work and you're making a real difference in the world. I wish you the best of luck
You
with
too.
chooselovenot.hate.com. Thank you. Thank you. And, I always like to close with the feel good five.
Okay.
So, five rapid fire questions,
Oh
just
Lord.
meant to, give our audience a little bit of an uplift here. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. What's your favorite feel good song?
Okay, right now it is what is the exact name of it? Left It in the River by Jamie McDonald. Um I love her. Anything that she sings, anything that Cece Winans sings, Brandon Lake, Jelly Roll. I love all of them. But Left It in the River with Jamie McDonald, just I don't know. She's my girl right now. So
Excellent.
love it.
Excellent. What's your favorite feel-good movie or TV show?
Okay, I'll tell you. I've watched this movie. I watch it every year about 200 times. Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon.
Mm-hmm.
My husband gets tired of watching it. Anything with Reese Witherspoon. I love her. I feel like I sound like her in a way. I love
Excellent.
her. So, yeah, Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon.
Very good.
And Legally Blonde
Oh,
too.
excellent.
All of
Excellent.
them.
What helps lift you up when you're feeling down?
Um, Scripture and making someone laugh.
Nice.
Laughter is good for the soul.
What gives your life meaning?
Meaning, I wrote all this down. Knowing that truly tried to stay within my purpose, and that's God using me. And me just waking up every morning with the courage to say, Lord, here I am, use me.
Wonderful. And what inspires you?
Wow. Watching God take ordinary moments and making them truly beautiful. That
Mm.
simple. Um, One last story. My husband and I were in Huddle House, and all I had on me were stickers. And I gave a couple of stickers to this couple, this man that looked like Santa Claus. And I just told them that I was passing out a little love. And that was it. And I walked away from their table. And when we were in line paying at Huddle House, the guy walks up to my husband first and says, "You're not getting out of here that easy." And he bear hugs my husband.
Aw.
And then he turns around and he bear hugs me. That is truly beautiful to me from just a sticker. So, you know what? It's not the things that I give out, it's how people truly feel. And I think that um God's using me, doing it through me with minuscule stickers, Jesus's signs. Um, but yeah, it's taken minor moments that I think are minor and making them truly beautiful. So that really inspires me.
Wonderful. I love it. You're doing it a lot too. I love all your stories about, your interactions with people in different places and stuff. That's really
I
fun.
talk to everybody, and when I tell everybody, you better watch out. You see me coming, I'm going to talk to you.
Well, you're spreading a whole lot of positivity in the world, and that's a
I'm
really good
trying. I'm
thing. Yeah,
trying. I mean, when God gets a hold of you, and when God gets a hold of you, you know, you have to tell everybody. And I think people feel that. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed with telling everybody about it.
very good. Very good. I admire the work you're doing a great deal.
Thank you
So,
so much. I appreciate
yeah.
it, Matt.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. And
You and I can change the world one one podcast, one sticker, one sign, one baby Jesus at a time. So we're doing it.
amen to that. All right. Excellent. That's a good note to end on. Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Bye. This brings us to the end of this episode of It Matters How We Treat One Another. Thank you to our guest, Lisa Christy. Learn more about Lisa and her meaningful work and about how to become a kindness ambassador at chooselovenot.hate.com. Again, that's chooselovenot.hate.com. Please subscribe to keep up with all our episodes, and you can support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/itmatterspatrons. That's patreon.com/itmatterspatrons. For less than a pumpkin spice latte at your favorite coffee chain each month, you too can be an It Matters patron and help make our show happen. You can also support us by shopping our Etsy store at etsy.com/shop/it matters merch. There are links in the description. And as we head into the holiday season and holiday shopping, please do keep our little shop in mind. If you want to help feed hungry people in Gaza and around the world, then please visit wfp.org. and give to the World Food Program. That's WFP.org. They are not sponsors of this show. They're simply a cause that we truly believe in because combating hunger is so vitally important. Your quote of the week is, quote, all your life you will be faced with a choice. You can choose love or hate. I choose love. That is from the one and only Johnny Cash. And remember, treat everyone with the core four values of kindness, respect, empathy, and compassion, and try for love and acceptance whenever possible. Be well, and much love to you all.